Good day, everyone, and welcome to another epic episode. Welcome to Nizaluchi, whereby we discuss our politics and what is trending. I'm your host, Sabiloga Zuma, Umshuluz Ungamalala, and I say welcome to this political chat. So the MK party seems like it is not happy with the national dialogue blend by the ANC. So I want us to look at that because they have given the letter which they are just condemning the national dialogue as an expensive and a political stunt made by the ANC. And they're saying that they just want to spend $500 million for something that it is created to endorse and to give support to the African National Congress. So the MK party is not having it easy. They are condemning everything about this, since we know that these six foundations, which has to do with Desmond Tutu, it has to do with Thabo Mbeki, have dished even Afro Forum. They themselves, they are saying that they won't be taking part in this national dialogue. The DA itself is saying that they won't be taking part on this national dialogue. So now the question remaining is, who will be taking part? Who will be taking part in having these discussions with the president and paving the way forward for South Africans? Because you know what they have been said. I want us to look at what the MK party member of parliament already has said about this entire thing, right? Because for you and I, and simplified everything for us to understand. And I found this video very intriguing, of really saying, exposing the ANC and their mission of what is it that they really want. So before we go to the letter, let us hear what Reddy says about the national dialogues planned by the ANC and President Cyril Ramaphosa here.
That nobody is telling you about Cyril Ramaphosa's so-called national dialogue. You've probably heard the headlines. This is supposed to engage South Africans and hear the people. Sounds noble, right? Well, here's the truth. This talk shop is going to cost taxpayers close to R500 million. Now, the ANC will tell you it's about bringing the nation together. But I'm telling you that this is nothing more than a lifeboat for a sinking ship. The ANC, friends, is in serious trouble. They are losing numbers by the thousands every day. They've lost control of most municipalities. They've lost their majority in parliament. And in many key areas, ANC branches do not exist anymore. Their leaders are so out of touch with ordinary South Africans, they don't even walk across the tarmac to get on a plane. They get driven straight to the aircraft door so they don't have to meet the commoners. They don't attend branch meetings anymore because those branches no longer exist. So how do they know what's going on in their communities? So when an ANC MP stands up in parliament, they're not speaking for their communities. They're reading a speech written by a staffer, maybe even generated by AI. And this, my friends, is the reality. And this sets the scene for this so-called national dialogue. Here's the real problem. The ANC has no idea what it's going to campaign on in the next local elections. No idea at all. So what do? They invent this so-called national dialogue, like their so-called GNU. But don't be fooled. This is taxpayer-funded ANC market research. They're going to use your money to go out and ask voters, what do you want from us? So they can turn your answers into campaign promises. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And here's something they're not telling you. The original civil society leaders who came up with this idea in the first place, where are they today? They have pulled out. The Thabo Mbeki Foundation, the Desmond Tutu Foundation, they're all gone. They realized this was no longer about people. It was hijacked for politics. So I want you to remember this. The ANC doesn't need a dialogue to hear South Africans. You've been telling them for years what you want. You want jobs, you want the land, you want safety and security, housing, water, electricity. But they've stopped listening. R500 billion won't fix their broken connection to the people. This isn't about you. It's about saving themselves. This is ANC on life support. And you, my friends, are paying the hospital bill.
ANC has no idea what they will campaign on. So they want to use your points for 2026 local government election. They know what the people want. Thabo Mbeki Foundation and the Desmond Tutu Foundation, they all pulled out because it was no longer about the people. It was hijacked for politics. Hey, you know when things get like this, it means something is fishy, something is not right. The ANC continues doesn't need a dialogue because people have been telling them for years what they really need. Jobs, land, safety and security, electricity, water, but they stopped listening and they want to spend R500 billion and that won't fix their empty promises. So I think the FK party member really is exposing a very valid point about the ANC. Not that the ANC does not know about the issue of immigration, the issue of the land question, the issue of jobs, what people mostly want, and they are affected by the highest rate of unemployment thus far. And another thing that has now solved that it is now affecting all of us, if it is not the electricity, it is water. Have you ever anticipated or imagined that there will come a time whereby you'll wake up early in the morning and there's load shedding, don't have any electricity, it's dark, and you go to your tap and you want to prepare just for you to have the shower or to have that bath, and only to find out that there is no water, the taps are dry, there's nothing, there's darkness and there's no water. This is what we are experiencing currently. This is the state of the ANC and how they are governing. I don't want to mention that and other things that are not going fine. Crime is escalating. People are getting hijacked. People are getting robbed. There's a place called Johannesburg, CBD. You can't even walk without being robbed there. Every time I walk there, I become scared because I fear for my life and I fear for my phones, my money, my wallet, because people there get robbed, and those the vendors and those who are selling there, they will keep silent as if they didn't see any of these criminals. People there, they just mind their business. You can get robbed in front of many people and no one will come to your rescue to help you. So crime is skyrocketing. It's high in just an unimaginable way. This is what South Africa had turned out to be under the ANC government. And while Johannesburg, I'm just picking one place that I know quite well, Johannesburg, it's smelling, it is dirty, you get robbed, nothing is safe there, nothing is working, there's load shedding, the traffic lights are not working, so a lot of things are not just going normal. This is not normal, and the ANC wants now to just forget about service delivery. They were supposed to be spending this R500 billion, bring service to the people where they are failing the most, but they want now to loot this money. They want to steal as they normally do. So what did the MK party say about this African National Congress that has its leader being President Cyril Ramaphosa? So in the media statement dated 12th August 2025, the MK party condemns the national dialogue as an expensive political stunt while service collapses nationwide. How shameful, how shameful. The Umkhonto weSizwe Party, MK party, notes that the so-called national dialogue is nothing more than an expensive sideshow designed to bypass parliament, create a parallel state and give the presidency unchecked influence over policies making without the inconvenience of democratic oversight. The Ministry of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, DPME, whose duty is to guide against waste and ensure that government spending addresses urgent national priorities, has disgracefully allowed the public resources to be poured into a politically engineered convention that has no legal mandate, no parliamentary approval, and no place in the constitutional order. Deputy President Paul Mashatile and his inter-ministerial committee have no authority to set up alternative governance platform with public funds. This is not citizen-led, it is an ANC-led, and the DPME's silence shows that it has been reduced to a rubber stamp for the presidency's pet project. While hospitals run short of medicine, schools sit without textbook, and basic service collapse, we are told to celebrate reduced cost because UNISA offered a free venue and donors provided some equipment. This is a cynical spin that will cost the salaries of public officials, travel accommodation, operational budgets, and the diversion of time from actual service delivery is being hidden from South Africans. Here is the reality of what government is neglecting while money is wasted on political theater. Number 1, Eastern Cape. Rural clinics closed due to medicine shortages and unpaid staff. That is a real problem that we are facing, a real one. And it's not only Eastern Cape. Even other provinces are suffering from this. Many government structures are just collapsing under their nose and they're doing nothing to fix anything. Number 2, KwaZulu-Natal communities in eThekwini goes week without clean water. Number 3, Limpopo schools without desk force children to sit on the floor. Number 4, Northern Cape ambulance response time stretched beyond 4 hours. Number 5, Free State municipalities under administration failed to collect refused for months. Number 6, Mpumalanga pit the trains still in use despite repeated court orders to eradicate them. Number 7, Western Cape informal settlements are without electricity despite repeated budget allocations. Number 8, Northwest roads to farming communities remain impassable, cutting off markets. Number 9, Gauteng hospital turning away patients due to equipment breakdown and staff shortages. So there's a mouthful of things that the MK party has cited. Just looking at the 9 key points that they've outlined. There's more. There's more. Let me tell you, there's more that the ANC is failing to fix. So service delivery is the greatest challenge in the African National Congress. You know what is so funny about this is that the ANC is expecting to have this dialogue and to spend so much as if this will bring any change or something will change somewhere. But we've had numerous State of the Nation address by the president. Nothing has changed. We had numerous manifestos from the ANC rallies, from the ANC events, even ANC meeting. Nothing has changed. So what makes you and I, as South Africans, that convince us deeply that this will yield some good results, a positive result to take the country forward? There's no hope. This is just hopeless. hopeless. I say it is just hopeless. That malume there who failed to swim, that uncle who failed to swim there, represent the ANC. The ANC was given power and it was not ready to govern. It was not ready to swim and to take the country forward. It stumbled and drowned. So now it is drowning. It is in no point of return. It is drowning, and the municipalities are collapsing. The roads are collapsing. Potholes are everywhere.
Check this. Look at this ridiculous pothole. This is number 1. This is a mess. Number 2.
I'm gonna need to stop just now.
Check this. Check this. Number 3. Pothole. Sorry, sir. Sorry for your car. Huh? Number 4. Check this. Look at this. Look at people's cars. Take this one.
Load shedding or load reduction or whatsoever that is called, and now we have water shedding and a lot of high rate of unemployed people. So nothing seems to be working under the ANC. They're just stumbling, they are drowning, they can't move forward, they don't know how to swim, they don't know how to govern. That is the state of the ANC. So whether we talk and they fail to act or whatsoever, we spend $500 million, there's nothing that is going to change, because already they are so incompetent. They themselves are not worthy and are not formidable to lead this country. That's why we have a lot of things that are not going quite well. Unfortunately, this is the state of the country under President Ramaphosa and all the presidents that have came before. For Thabo Mbeki, Jacob Zuma, Ramaphosa, Kgalema Motlanthe, Nelson Mandela, they all collectively failed to take this country and to change the lives of South Africans. They failed dismally. And look at the state of the country now. Look at the state. The people now who are suffering are those who are on the ground, those who are still voting for the same ANC. They are suffering the most. Those that are staying in the shacks, those who have to drive on top of potholes, they are suffering the most. Those who have to wake up in the morning and there's no electricity, and when they go to their taps, there's no water there. They are suffering the most because of just one political party, one person, and just few people. Filim Balula, Gwere Mantashe, Paul Mashatile, Cyril Ramaphosa. They are failing, they can't swim, and they are drowning this country with them because they can't produce anything. That is the state of where we are today as South Africans. Shamefully, shame to see this great nation collapsing. It is a shame. Yeah. Please don't forget, you can leave a comment on the section below, and please don't forget you can support us. Very simple. You can press the subscribe button so that you'll be getting more of these videos, and you and I will be sharing more of what is happening in our country. Until we meet on the next video, me myself, Osabedwa Zuma, and I'm saying I'm out.